Prepping. Waking up voice. All right. Sync with the hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up, down, in, out. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Mountain Home. I'm the dwarf Horatius. Thank you for being here. So I want to do something a little bit different, as you guys can probably tell, since we're a little bit of a different setup than normal. Hands. Thank you. So let me just go ahead and get right into it. I was approached by a indie dev for a super interesting up and coming video game that I don't want to talk too much about until I actually show it to you guys. Hands. Thank you. So yeah, I was approached by an indie dev. I'm very excited to share what they have on their Kickstarter today, and I just wanted to talk about it for a little bit because I'm actually kind of pretty, I'm pretty excited for this project. I mean, you guys know that I love indie games. I generally get really into dwarfy games, so Hammer Tang, and other games like that. I don't want to get lost in other products here. But yeah, so I got I got reached out to by Everlasting Fae, and they were like, hey, I'm working on this project. It would mean a lot to me if you could do something. So here we are doing something about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop over to the main screen, and I want to show you guys the Kickstarter page because it looks really cool. It has a lot of promise. So I won't spoil anything more. We can talk about it more after we watch the trailer together. How about that? And we'll swap over because this is a professional production. All right, so I'm going to maximize this so you guys can see it effectively. Enjoy. This is the trailer for Nihmory. They're at Nodnin Studios. So I'm going to pause it a couple of times through there so I can make some live reaction commentary. And you guys know me, I don't like to really engage in tropes super hard. So when I do, I like to subvert. I prefer when someone's reacting to content, I prefer when they break, comment on what they just looked at, and then let it keep playing. It just, I don't know, it helps me focus on one thing at a time. I like that this Kickstarter trailer opens with a live action a live action sequence. I don't know. I just think that's really interesting because, I don't know. I think we get really bogged down with our trailers have to go right into fucking gameplay footage, and this trailer seems to take its fucking time and go, okay, so I want to set the stage. I want to set the theme and the feeling of this trailer. So we're gonna go to this very, very pretty little babbling broken waterfall part of a forest and show you a mysterious creature. I'm into it.
Hi, I'm Mia Beecham, owner and founder of Nodnin Studios, and this is Nihmory. Nihmory is a single-player action-adventure game that follows Aya as she uncovers the mysteries of the world of Nihmory.
I'm gonna be entirely honest with you guys. I watched this trailer only once before the stream, or before I recorded this, and I only watched it far enough to learn how to pronounce the name correctly. So when I would record this, I wanted to respect the product. I wanted to call it by its name. I didn't want to fuck it up. So yeah, Nihmory. It's actually, I like that it's N-I-H-M. It sort of reminds me of the Secret of Nim. You don't know what that is? I'm old. Don't worry about it. Look it up.
Taking place in an era hundreds of years after the fall of technology, Aya must regain their lost history in order to help or destroy all of Nihmory as they know it.
In an age where the natural resources have been depleted.
Okay, hold up. We're going to pause here for a second. So, one, we now know that this game is taking place in a post-industrial crash, sort of we've gone back to basics type of world, So like high technology exists, but it's probably like buried deep in ruins. This is like your Mega Man Legends, your that whole sort of thing, just like that feel. We have our main character here. I believe the character's name is Aya. That was said earlier in the trailer. So this is Aya. I like her design. So we're probably gonna get a better look at her later. So I want to talk about her then. But I just like this is a really cute little like puzzly room. Maybe I love the symbols. It sort of helps break up the patterning of everything. But at the same time, I don't know how many buildings you guys have ever been into that are like stone brickwork like this. Something that fucking video games do all the time that I despise is every little piece of a room has to be stylized. Fucking depending upon the function of the building, no. So like this center piece is important, so it's all stylized. This threshold over here is important, so it's stylized. But they don't care about like every single brick of a building having etchwork in it. It's just a waste of like effort.
The struggling world in Nihmory is visited by an errant individual who is harvested for its new form of energy that brings forth a new dawn of technology. But after years of abuse and turmoil, the visitor broke free from his prison.
So you have indoor and
toured
outdoor
from Horatius
environments.
to where it came from, allowing 5 elemental titans to step into Nihmory, bringing forth destruction. With the last of their power, they let loose an explosion that nearly destroyed the world, and the visitor fell into a deep slumber beneath the land. Its raw, untainted energy created new flora and fauna.
Okay, so we have our antagonist, the visitor, and we know that we have 5, like a 5, like boss structure, and then a big bad. So we're gonna have like 6 main, like 1 main antagonist and 5 like sergeants, the 5 titans that they just mentioned. I'm getting like I know that it's kind of a done to death trope to like compare games that you're looking at to games that you know, but that's just how the brain works. We like to make connections. I'm getting like a Elden Ringy vibe, because I don't know if you guys have been seeing the recent Elden Ring footage, but Elden Ring looks like it's going to be a mixture between Dark Souls and Breath of the Wild. And this gives me like a lot of vibes that we're going to do a lot of exploring, and the combat's going to be very action-packed. And there's probably going to be some puzzle solving, if I had to guess, with just like the previous shot of the ruins. Ruins are just perfect for that kind of thing.
Ushering in a second resurgence for Nihmory. Our story begins hundreds of years after the war, where new societies emerged, casting away the old tech, including the group of people known as the Reno. Meet our heroine, Aya.
Oh, this is exactly what I was hoping for. Okay, let's download Aya, our main character, presumably our only playable character. So I know that Nodnin Studios does not know who I am in the real world. I know that Nodnin Studios does not know what my wife Willow looks like, but this woman literally is a slightly skinnier version of my wife, and that makes me love her a lot. Green eyes, red hair, the long hair, ponytail, the like nature tattoos are really, really cool. I like this person. I look at this person and I go, this person lives outdoors or is in touch with nature. They are, rough and tumble. They have survival skills, and they can generally take care of themselves. The only complaint I have about this design, really at all, is I have known a lot of people who have worn this type of top with like the open midsection there. It is super rare for people that wear that type of thing to not wear an undergarment, like an undershirt. So unless this character that we're playing as here, unless they're from like a very tropical environment or from a very like hot, arid, or temperate place, the idea that this would be the only layer on their upper body, there's potential for that to make sense, but just looking at it right now, I would change that. I would put in an underlayer or something. And this is going to sound maybe weird, but like at the very least, it helps keep the boobs in place, because like I know that I think we're all comfortable knowing that like boob physics are not like anime boob physics. They generally stay in place. But when you're doing a lot of running around and jumping and tumbling and fighting in particular, you want to do everything you can to keep your body in place. So wearing another layer under that, like maybe a tight layer, or even just like some wrappings to sort of hold her feminine attributes down would be, I think, a pretty good step for character design. But otherwise, other than that, everything about this character I actually really, really adore.
A 17-year-old Renu girl born and raised in a small outpost in Nihmory, with a mysterious connection to the Titans of old. Playing as Aya, you will unlock her slumbering powers as she uncovers the truths of the world laying dormant just beneath the surface. Will you usher the world into an age of technology once more, or fight against the Voltus to keep history from repeating itself? The fate of the world is in your hands.
So, let me go back just a step. If we're going to be encountering Arctic and like I'm just going to make some assumptions here. If we're going to be encountering Arctic environments like this, I hope that as the development goes on, we get additional outfits or like maybe armor or whatever that we can wear to sort of help Aya navigate these and the raw environmental effects. Or maybe like we learn, so they said something about latent powers in Aya. I hope that we find out, okay, like this lady's got, you know, magic or innate shamanistic powers or something. I don't know what they're going to call it. Where she can like project, you know, power of some kind. Because if we're staying just like a relatively mundane, you know, 17-year-old person, they would fucking freeze their ass off, even in the day in a place like this.
History from repeating itself. The fate of
so
the world
I would love to see some survival
I've been
stuff.
working on Nihmory for...
See, there we go. Okay, never mind. Ignore me. I should have saved all of my insights till the end. Because this right here is clearly the same character. Maybe it's an earlier concept design. But yeah, clearly alternate costumes and design work is in mind here. So that's awesome. Glad they thought about that.
3 years, during which time it has gone through several iterations. Nihmory started as an Icelandic and Egyptian-themed romp across a frozen world.
Icelandic and
and it's
TOS?
transitioned into a lush and vibrant journey of rejuvenation. The last 3 years of self-employment have been dedicated to building a team of artists, programmers, and writers who can bring to life the potential I've seen all along. Aya's geopolitical influence was inspired by real-life current events of political turmoil, global warming, pollution, and the effects of technology on society and the...
So, okay, this game's going to have a bit of a message to it, which I think is awesome. I think almost every single game that has ever, well, let me not get too out of my eyes here. I think many games that try to have like a message behind their story are improved by it. So the idea that this is not just, hey, let's make a, you know, action and adventure third person game. I like that there's a bit more of a message here, that there's going to probably be that what they're talking about right now is going to be like a building block philosophy for how this game is going to handle its conundrums, which is cool. I like that.
Natural world. Along
That's
with touching on these aspects, it was also a tool to help me cope with loss, loneliness, and isolation. After over 10 years of learning the art of game development, I was able to cultivate it into the project that is Nihmory. We've put together this proof of concept demo as a simple taste of what our project will become. Now we need your help to get us to the next step. With your support, Nihmory will become even more expansive. With a fully funded Kickstarter, we plan on taking Nihmory further, past the Steam platform, and onto the consoles you love and play today. Together, we can help Aya unveil the buried mysteries of Nihmory and influence the fate of the world.
So, a couple of things before we start going into like the different, like we're going over the Kickstarter page. I want to say I think it's really, really awesome that this dev wants to open up in the trailer even, and say like, listen, like the past few years have been really hard on me, and I want to pour that emotion and that experience into this project. That's going to translate. That's going to come through in this type of thing. And one, I think that's really beautiful from like the perspective of this individual, the dev, being able to sort of literally do the game development equivalent of writing a book about their life, and like writing a story that's, you know, being impacted and molded by their life experiences. I think that's actually really beautiful. So that's something I really look forward to seeing. It's cool that we already know that, provided that this Kickstarter goes really, really well, that they'll be able to, not just bring this to Steam, but they'll also try and get it ported to the consoles, like the home consoles. So that's awesome. I love that they already have a press kit and website button, so you go and check out more of their stuff there. A button right here to add Nihmory to your wishlist on Steam. It's already on my wishlist on Steam. Let's see here. Taking place in eras hundreds of years after the fall of technology, our protagonist Aya. Glad we get to see the spelling there. All right, so this is a lot of the same lore that we just read earlier. Using Aya's axe infuses the energy from the elements of Nihmory. Okay, so this is, we're going to have the one weapon, and then we're going to change the weapon over the course of the run. I'm cool with that. We have special attacks from the Titans that we're going to fight. Melee combos. Okay, so we're going to have... Oh, we're going to have an Ibex mount? Fucking Ibex are so cool, guys. That's fun. I like that. So we have a mount to get through the world easily. So we're going to have a large space. That's cool. So we have, martial combat with the axe. We have magic attacks from the Titans that we're going to fight. Okay, special costumes and weapon skins. So that's fun. Love that. Pick up side quests from NPCs. Utilize dialogue choices to persuade or intimidate NPCs to help or hinder your quest. Okay, this is something that I'm gonna hope they follow through on. That other games that are in this sort of same genre sort of tiptoe with. The closest thing I can think of is Biomutant. Sort of had like NPCs that could help and this is the big one, or hinder your quests. That I want to see. Like, if you make bad choices, or if you like take the greedy option, you guys know what I'm talking about in video games, when you like help the corrupt person, and that's like they're gonna I'm gonna pay you more, but people are gonna be upset, and like you take that choice, and you get like a lot of money or whatever, but then like some NPCs are gonna automatically be hostile, be like, I remember when you helped Mayor McGee, raise the taxes. You're a piece of shit, and I'm not going to sell my inventory to you, or something. I don't know. Or maybe I'll sell it to you at a higher cost since you got that extra money. I don't know. Something like that. I like to see devs follow through on making choices legitimately matter in both a negative and a positive sense. Use resources to enhance your weapons. Okay, so we're going to have some level of crafting, even if it's just like taking ingredients to merchants maybe, or smiths. Gather and hunt, rest at camps. Okay, so we are going to have some amount of crafting. Okay, release Chapter 1 of Nihmory in March. Provided everything goes well. We'll be able to explore Aya's home, Renew Outpost, and experience the day in the life in the arena. Okay, so this is like, probably like your tutorial section of the game is going to be available, which is cool, because like Larian Studios, who are doing Baldur's Gate, and... who did the Divinity series for like Divinity Original Sin 2. They did the very similar thing where they like give you some of the gameplay to get your appetite whetted. All right, love the design of the Ibex. Love the shading on the hair. Looks really good. I like that we're gonna have a lot of different enemy types. They like this slime looks like he's like water elemental, Oh my gosh, kitty. I don't know if you guys can hear them. I love they have a timeline here so we can see, and then we have the different rewards. So Drag Owl, Monlu. So $1 is a thank you, and like a donated on the Discord. For $20, you get all those benefits and a copy of the game. So for $20, you can get this game. For $25, you get Ibex tier. You get digital wallpapers and a digital art book. $35, you get a soundtrack in addition. At $60, you get a hardcover collection of a bunch of Nihmory fairy tales. That's super fun. I actually really like that. For $10 more, at $70, you receive an additional hardcover Nihmory art book. For $100, you get an NPC named after you, with a dialogue option that they'll have. And for $250, you'll be able to design a weapon skin in the game. That's really, really cool and very attainable. So our goal post here is what? 100,000. So we're $1,000 in. We really kind of just this Kickstarter really just kind of just started. So we have a fair amount of time to try and get this thing going. I think it would be really, really cool to see this come to fruition. And let me put this final thought on there, okay? I see a lot of Kickstarter games, guys. I'm not logged in right now because I don't want you guys to see my shit, but like, I go on Kickstarter a lot, and I back products on Kickstarter a lot. One of the things I'm always most critical of when it comes to looking at a project is, does the team behind this project have the fire in their belly, the passion, if you will, to make this project what they want it to be, you know? Because like I see a lot of them, and it's just like, oh, this is a business transaction. Someone had an idea, and they don't give a shit about it. They know they can make some money on Kickstarter or whatever, and they're just gonna pump it out and make some fucking quick cash. And like I respect that hustle, but I don't back those types of empty projects. This game, the dev behind it clearly cares. They clearly have a story to tell, and I want to hear that story. And I think you guys should too. So, please check out Nihmory. Go find them on Kickstarter. Go check out their website. Go check out, put wishlist that shit on Steam, and give this game a thought, because I think it deserves it. As always, I've been Horatius the Dwarf. I hope you guys have a great day, and as always, it's time to get out of my mind. Thanks for being here.